fast as possible.
Be paying attention to this too.
What? I'm not Chrom, man. You got one of these for what?
You're not gonna be a Chrom, man, bro. After this,
That's crazy.
Let's see. Let's make you. You want to just also be Chrom?
Wolf is nastier.
huh?
I think Wolf is nasty.
Then Chrom?
Yeah. Alright, sit down here. You need to be in frame.
I forget that that's not in frame.
All right.
Chrom.
Chrom. All right,
Keep
we're
thinking.
starting it. We're starting it right now. So
Okay.
wait, let's just to make sure that none of the audio gets killed. Should we turn the music off?
Yeah,
for this?
probably.
Did you also make sure that the VODs can save?
Yeah, the was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's good.
So if I just pause it, like, we should be good.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna
Yeah.
copy that platform trap because I thought that was hot.
Which one?
The one where I forward through you from the town platform.
Oh,
And then back here.
and then back here.
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking Chrom. Okay, so everyone knows kind of what Roy does. But even then, we're still gonna talk about Chrom's normals. And that's where we're gonna start with too. Basically, the way this is gonna go down is the way I like to wrap my head around the character, so that I always am able to visualize all the options he has. Is I like to think of every situation that every move is applicable in. So I'm just gonna give a rundown of like his normals, his neutral tools, and where all they're useful. And then after that, so if you make it through the boring part, everyone here, if you make it through the part that you don't want to hear about, the part about, the part about neutral, the annoying stuff, you make it through that, then I'm going to talk about his advantage.
Then you get the 6.
Yeah, then we're going to talk about the 6 stuff. I'm going to teach you how to be fucking, I don't know, how to do it fucking live. So, okay. To start with, what do you think we should start with? I have Zenoto's with me. Zenoto basically, for those of you who don't know, there's a little bit about my story as a player also. I'm a senior at the University of Michigan right now, and I started competing as a freshman, and I think like one of the only reasons I was ever able to get as good as fast as I did is because Zenoto, Julian, you might know him, I don't know, Tony the fucking Tiger, Z exclamation mark, all of it. He's in the area. He helped me so much as I was getting better, and because of that, he also has an unbelievable understanding of the character. He does all of my VOD review and like prep work with me, so I have him with me too. And yeah, we're about to start.
Yeah, you should start with the tools.
Fair down tilt, probably.
Yeah, the most likely the tools that like because you're never gonna just start a game hitting somebody, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So the tools to kind of put somebody where you want them to, or to check them when they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like fair is a good one, down tilts and stuff. Yeah.
So these kind of are like a little bit. These are his chip moves. So we're gonna start with fair. Fair is kind of the move that, in a certain level, kind of makes or breaks the character. It's like it's like the stereotypical sortie fair that kind of lets them all do what they do, lets them play from range. Chrom's has the up on Lucina because he can gun it. It's significantly less committal. It's significantly less committal. He gets a lot more out of spacing it and a lot more safety out of spacing it. Roy's don't typically do that. When you watch Kola play a lot, he plays a lot with a lot of dash dances and like a lot of approaching fair like this. Chrom, the way he wants to kind of get around his fairs is a lot more staying at space, kind of finding a way to do the same pressure or similar types of pressure, but like from a range.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then you can talk about once you do land a fair at like low percents, like what are your extensions after that? Because Roy's, you can just fair nair.
Yeah. His extensions off of fair are significantly less. It's nowhere near as like cookie cutter as Roy's, but we're gonna talk about that at the end. So kind of what all is fair good for? So poke low, like do like a down tilt. It's really good against low pokes, like characters that like their safe move is stuff like this. Yeah. It's like one of those like fall them and punish kind of thing. Wolf it's like kind of how wolves use their fair in that manner. Another thing it's really good at is like going to shield, and then just like go to shield and just try and shield grab just like for the sake of showing it. It's really good pressure starting because it's like pretty safe, so it's like not grabbable and it's like really easy to hit them after. And then other things it's good at.
This.
This stuff is really good, but this is kind of on platform camping. We can kind of talk about that as a whole a little bit later. Mm-hmm. And then kind of the other thing it's good at is you can do them in a lot of different ways because you can do them approaching like fairs approaching like this. These are really good for catching like dash backs. Other things, you can do them kind of rising and falling at the same time. These are really good for going air to air with people. And then finally, the last one that kind of looks different is you can do a true rising one. So you can do this. This one is weird. You have room to air dodge after it, so you can be kind of tricky with it. But this fair, if you want to air with this fair, what I like to do a lot instead is I like to air with full hop fair, because full hop fair actually is a true combo starter. And on top of that, the same like do a come like closer to me and then just like start short hopping.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Wait. Well, okay. Chrom
His
himself.
short hop is
yeah.
so
Chrom has a really short hop, but like start full hopping now. It's like a good full do it at 0 also.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you just
platform looks
yeah.
crazy with
You just kind of get to go crazy. It's a really good combo starter. So because of that, whenever I like to go air to air, I either do this fast like sort of rising one. I call it the Cola Fair because he does it a lot. People really haven't caught on to it yet. But this one's really good. Or the fully space fair, like the ones that are like really falling. These are really good for spacing yourself out on shield, or even if you're just neutral and like you want to just kind of throw a cover your movement, like get off me, give me my range. Like these falling ones, they're really good for that. And then the last one is like these full hop fairs, and those are really good at going air to air, especially with like really full hoppy characters.
50.
Yeah. So think about like Robs. Think about Greninjas, characters that want to like full hop falling there. Like imagine Rob doing full hop and then spinning down. This fair is really good at stuffing it if you don't want to challenge yourself to like have to parry or like maybe open yourself up to getting your timing mixed. So those are kind of what fair does. But now going a little bit into its extensions. So I'm gonna go over what I like to call the emergency combos first. Like these are the ones that like all else fails. Like these are just the regular things that'll always work. So we have fair dancing blade. Just good easy damage. I personally, the way I visualize and think about this character, I always like to maximize off of every hit. So you have guaranteed damage, but I see Chrom specifically as a character that's almost always able to kill off of the smallest interaction that he gets, as long as you're willing to open yourself up to kind of trying to make the right reads in your advantage state. So other things I like to do, like still on Fair Dancing Blade, we have Fair Dancing Blade up. Under platform is really good because sometimes they have to force text like that. So do that again in neutral tech. Like, just kind of, open yourself up to give room to tech chase on that platform. Keep extending a little further. The other one, you have Fair Grab. Same thing with setting up platform stuff. I love fair grab as fair grab down throw, like really fast. I love it under platforms, especially because it like forces people to pick their panic tech option because it's all really fast. The other one I like is fair F throw. Especially at these low percents. That's also like, opens yourself up to like optimization stuff. So I'm gonna fair F throw, just like roll in. This is what a lot of people do.
I'm being too good because I instinctively hold up, so I don't have.
Yeah, he's holding up to make sure that he doesn't have to tech. But like most people won't do that. Yeah. And then, you just kind of get to go crazy, just do whatever you want. But now we're going to get into the more ambiguous stuff, which I'm going to start with fair, but all of this applies to all of his moves, especially his non-combo starters at 0%. And this is the concept of what do you do out of hit stun? So this is the concept of making an out of hit stun read. So let's start with, like, say you're playing like a Falco. Falcos, their favorite thing to fucking do in the world is you touch them with anything, they'll spot dodge up tilt. Because you, like, open room. Like, it's just a really easy way of fishing for a reversal. Peaches will spot dodge down tilt because, they're like the easy combo starters. Like, they're like the things that'll get things going. So how can you maximize off that, right? Say you have that piece of information of someone and, like, you want to abuse that and you don't just want to get, like, this. Because we can do better than that. What do you want to do there, right? So I'm gonna fair you. Just give me a spot dodge, okay? Yeah. Like, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to maximizing. It's just like, just opening yourself up to be in a situation where if they give you what you're looking for, you get it. So I think this is probably actually, if anything, a good time to like transition to up air. You want to start talking about up air?
Agree.
Yeah. So
This move is broken.
yeah. So now what? Up air time. This is probably straight up his, like the best move the entire character has. So we talked about a safe neutral poke tool. Now up air. Up air. What the fuck? Where do I even start, bro? I don't even know where to start.
I think one of the biggest things
Broken
about
ass
this
fucking move
is that it's not you generally use like most the sorties
Most
because
sortie
most
up
sortie
airs,
up airs
yeah.
have this move, right? But one of the unique things that Chrom has is so like characters that stand like here. Because like say you're just like platform camping. If I did this with Lucina, this wouldn't even remotely connect, right? But the fact that Chrom's lingers so long and hits so far behind him that actually will connect.
As a matter of fact, get on the ground and just start doing down tilts.
Yeah, that is insane.
Like, you can, if you outspace someone just doing like a safe grounded poke, you can literally, like, it reaches so far in the back, you can just combo start with it.
And most characters, like the traditional sorties, can't do that because they have to be significantly closer. And in this game, a lot of the tilts like this, Diddy's has the same way. This will anti-air you.
Yeah.
You're too close. But
Yeah,
Chrom
exactly.
says the unique
That hit me
ability.
out of the air.
Huh?
I'm just trying to show
Oh,
you,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
It will hit you out of
It'll
the
hit
air.
you out of the air,
Yeah.
straight up.
So you need like range. It's not just like as easy as like if they poke low, you come high, but you also need range and placement. And up air is really good for stuff like that. But that's like a very niche application of it. So I mean, going on to the other shit, just really good at this. It's like good at frame trapping. So if you want to chase people high when you're juggling them, like if they like neutral air dodge through you, sometimes like the up air is like pretty lagless, so you'll be able to like your cooldown gets back, so you get to frame trap them again. Really good for shit like that. Up air.
Another thing that you always do. This doesn't happen with Roy, where you can use this at low percents to like start stuff. I like you just like 20. You do like, and then you go on a platform like this.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen with Roy.
Wait, get over here. I'll just kind of. Oh shit. This stuff.
Yeah. Insane.
Just teasers. We'll
Yeah,
get there
just
eventually. We'll get there
teasers.
eventually.
Yeah, but I guess in just traditional sorties fashion, this stuff, these are safe moves still, just like everybody else. So like, you can just do it. I'll try and grab it, and then you just spot dodge
So
after.
yeah, the same way we were showing with fair.
I was supposed to grab you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back
Safe
the
move.
same way.
Back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Aside from that, it's just like really good for pushing advantage, really good for being creative with like how you find your openers. Obviously, it's a fantastic combo starter. I swear, most everything I do, people have the assumption that it's nair. It's really up air. Up air is the magic move. Yeah. So after that, what? Let's talk about. You want to talk about jab? No, we should talk about down tilt before we talk about jab. Yeah.
How this move sets up.
Yeah.
The like step one, the obvious, and then the step two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so down tilt's really good because it helps you keep your ground game really sharp. So Chrom, in general, as a character, one thing he's lacking that like a lot of other really good top tiers have, like think of like a Mithra dash attack or like a Wolf dash attack or like something that really commands space.
Diddy dash attack.
Yeah, a Diddy dash attack or Greninja dash attack.
Yeah.
So that's what this character like of anything like a grounded burst option. That's kind of what he doesn't have. But he still has a strong ground game where like he's still able to control the range he stands at and like poke safely and with an effective move also.
Yep.
So I don't know. We can show the same shield thing again. Go into shield. Safe move. So it's a really good poke option. It's really good like running around doing it like this.
Yeah.
It'll catch dash backs. It'll catch dash ins. It'll stuff things, and also I mean it tech chases at like 60-ish plus, changes with rage and like how light the other character is, but like I don't know, just roll in.
I mean, even when you miss the tech, that's what ends up happening.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not at 60.
Oh yeah, you're not at 60 anymore.
Why did I go to 60 again?
I don't know. So yeah, it's really good for tech chasing, and like it's a really high reward, especially at percents like these. It's a really high reward option of a very safe, like pretty lagless move. Like
a lot of people do try and grab this move too. And
Yeah.
You can jab after.
Yeah, let's do the jab one.
Yeah. Happens a lot. This move is very safe.
Yeah. So down tilt in general, pretty simple. I'm also going to talk about its flaws though, because I think people abuse this move like a little bit more. So especially something that I think about a lot with what a lot of people call like mashier matchups or faster paced matchups. Something that's really pivotal in playing them is keeping yourself moving, keeping yourself flowing, keep yourself fluid. So if I would have to start pinning down flaws of down tilt, it's a much more static option to go for. You're not able to threaten as much as like, you know, moving around with stuff like this. And I think like a good player to watch that like kind of shows this is Kola. He picks his spots with down tilts really well because he knows, you know,
they're gonna stop moving.
when it's good, when it's bad.
Yeah.
When they're gonna stop moving, and when it's worth for him to like slow it down himself also.
Yep.
And then the other thing, we were talking about it with fair, we were talking about it with up air, is just kind of you poke low and they come in high. Lots of characters in this game have like falling aerial combo starters, so like, do like fair. I'm just gonna do it right here. Ah! Alright, you do it. Just like stuff like that. Like imagine you're down tilting and then like, you know, a ZSS short hops over you and then hits you a strong nair, flip kick, you're dead.
Yep.
So stuff like that.
Diddy nair, Peach down air.
Yep.
Palutena down air on the
Ike
ground.
nair, Rob nair.
Yep.
All these things they'll just come over you and then hit you for it. So down tilt, really good. It's not like a one card beats all kind of thing.
Yep.
So after down tilt, now we should talk about jab. Yeah. Jab, combo starter. Jab, kill move. Jab, like everything. Does literally everything. It's so we're gonna start with the shield pressure stuff. So I'm gonna do a grab. So like that grab right there. So normally, like safe aerial spot dodge is kind of what it looks like in this game when people are trying to abuse the fact that safe aerials are really hard to be shield grabbed. But Chrom has another kind of tool to deal with that stuff in a more aggressive manner. Is he can do like safe move, safe poke move into jab, and it's a really good pressure starter, and it's pressure string on shield. So and like you know if you're playing against someone and then eventually they adapt to you and they decide, I'm going to hold shield for 2 moves, because the other thing about jab to know is that it's unsafe. So hold shield for both of these, and then grab my jab, Yeah. I'm mashing spot dodge, by the way. Your space, it's still, do it again. Yeah. So, Chrom jab is an unsafe move in itself. It's not like down tilt, which, you know, is the grounded move, which is safe. But it's good for keeping these pressure strings alive, and also, you know, whenever you're pressuring someone, it's kind of on you. You're the one instigating, so it means that it's also on you to mix it up, right? So if they catch on to maybe your pressure string is like fair jab or down tilt jab a lot, so just try and grab the second move.
Why did I do that?
Try it again. Like, you know, you can kind of mix it up, or just do it again. Just like in general, you can do a lot of other stuff. You can do safe move dash back. You can do safe move jab. All in all, these are just
safe move.
safe move spot dodge, safe move LRA start Roy. You have all kinds of options. But the other thing that's like good to know about it is also anti-airs. So I don't know, just like do like short hop fairs in place. Like I just hit him out of the air right there, right? And it's good for that stuff. It has a really generous hitbox. It hits like kind of on his body and like up into the air above where his sword ends also, and all of that's like just good range to have visualized. It's a good move to get tricky with. And the other thing is it combos into your fucking kill move.
Yeah, and there's no sour spot like with Roy.
Yeah.
So the better you are at your attack cancels or brawls, the more kills you just clap. I can't believe how many times I've gotten killed by jab back air, holding down and away, nowhere near him.
Because unlike Roy, there's no sour spot.
Yeah.
So they just die.
I held away that time, still got hit.
On the line of talking about like, you know, follow-ups, I'm going to talk about like a few other ones. Don't do like the super try hard like just do like a regular person's ZI. You can extend off jab with stuff like that. So this is also you know, in light of this being a Chrom guide, like, and not just a Chrom Roy, like, general kind of thing, these are the more, like, kind of specialized kills that Chroms will be picking up that, you know, Roys don't really get. Stuff like that. And this stuff really maximizes your kill window, which is really big, especially because, you know, if you're looking at playing Chrom as an investment over playing Roy, right? A lot of people will think that Roy kills earlier, Roy hits harder, Roy's more explosive. Well, the truth of the matter is if you really optimize and really pull everything you can out of these moves, I don't personally believe that to be the case, which is why I stick with him. I think he's more explosive. I think he's more, you know, unpredictable and able to change up his strings more because he has the uniform hitbox and he has the ability to kind of chase after you from distance, like in advantage also. So that's stuff like that with jab. Like I was talking about with forward air and just in general out of hit stun concept, jab at low percent, like, I don't know. I'm gonna do forward air jab on your shield and then like try and grab it and then after you get jab, try and spot dodge. This is a pretty regular interaction that happens a lot. The first one.
Oh.
Spot dodge after? Yeah.
That's what I do.
So these are all things you can do. You can do, you know, you can use jab to like help you get set up at low percents. Obviously they're not true combos, but the fact that it's so low cooldown and when someone gets hit by jab, they stay so close to you, it means that any out of hit stun option they pick, you can kind of get there. Like one that good players do a lot is they roll. So I don't know.
Yeah, roll away.
Roll towards me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hit you with the jab. Stuff like that. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Everyone around me
It's
is
gonna be roll
saying
or spot dodge.
The spot dodge one, I got eaten up to the point where I stopped spot
yeah,
dodging.
just completely stop spot dodging. And like the fact that it keeps them so close to you is just so good at optimizing, you know, giving you the ability to optimize your punish on an out of hit stun choice.
Yeah.
These are also all the kinds of things like these sort of very specific thought out advantage situation that you can create. These are also a lot of the things that really plays into Chrom's strengths a lot more than Roy, because Roy, it doesn't need to all be as thought out. It doesn't need to all be... Roy likes to pressure with moves like side B that last a long time, and Roy likes to throw himself in on you a lot more. And also another thing to note is that Roy's moves have a lot less hit stun, or a lot more hit stun, sorry. So it makes it so that both players get a little bit more time to choose their thing, but against Chrom, it's very easy for people to get really spot dodgy, really rolly, really swingy, because all the moves, when you're getting hit by Chrom moves, it happens so fast, it really tests how fast both players have the time to react to it. Yeah, someone in chat said, how about jab grab? Same thing. I do it like against a lot of the people here that I've conditioned spot dodge out of.
Yep.
Because it's just, you know, you're just gonna be holding shield. It works there. And then after some percent, jab will combo into like stuff like down tilt. I don't know, just like try and get out of this. Yeah. It's just like
because I have the landing thing.
It's just true. And then like against fast fallers at higher percent, you can get stuff like this is probably too high. Like high but like not tumbly. You can get jab grab, but like actually just true.
Might be a little directional here, dodge.
And then, you know, once you get to that like tumble spot, this is kind of the spot where jab now becomes a visual confirm. It becomes a look and see what they do, right? Because get on the ground. If I see a jab that sends them like that, what I'd like to do. Oh, that one was different. He held he held out. What I'd like to do is stuff like jab near one. Oh, jeez. That kind of stuff. Again, very visual, very DI dependent, but you can sort of see it when you get the opportunity to do something like that. Jab back air, also obviously once they start tumbling, a really good confirm. Jab forward smash is a very like, what part of jab are you getting kind of confirmed. Jab forward smash isn't something that's about the percent range, isn't something. Yeah. You're too high percent, low key. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. It's 70.
Yeah, but yeah, just kind of like we used that as an example because it's something that's easy to set up. But like another thing is if you parry a falling aerial, you get jab forward smash a lot. Because when you parry, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you parry, movement collision isn't really.
It goes away.
Yeah, movement collision goes away. So if you parry a falling aerial or an approaching falling aerial, when you swing the jab, both of your bodies will be overlapping, which makes it so that you get jab forward smash a lot easier. So jab forward smash is just something to look out. But another thing, especially because I want to do this like authentically to the way that my brain processes this character. Not true, but very important to keep in mind is, oh shit, I forgot which Chrom I was literally. Is jab? I call that jab stutter step F smash. Where this one isn't true, but really good at closing stocks out, kind of irrespective of the jab spacing. And there's like only a few frames to act really. So I'm gonna do jab stutter step F smash, directional air dodge in.
Yeah.
See how he got through, right? But we all know what happens when you condition someone to start doing that. Okay, not that, but that's the one you see all the time. That's the one that you've probably been hit by and you've probably hit other people with. So those two together is really what makes it super deadly. A lot of people only have the air dodge weight in their game plan, and kind of having the stutter step forward in your game plan also, that's really strong. So, in short, that's kind of Chrom jab. Okay? In short, that's kind of Chrom jab. But obviously, very nuanced move, lots of applications. Kind of play it and figure it out yourself. What's your vortex around? What's your flowchart around jab vortex? This is a chat message. What's your flowchart around jab vortex? What do you do if Nair 1 misses and they jump or air dodge? So if they jump or air dodge and Nair 1 misses, usually I'll try and go immediately after them with an up air. But what happens a lot of time is when it doesn't work, because if they're in a position where they can jump, they're usually not like DIing it right. What usually happens if they DI it super right and it misses, they get put in tech. And because of that, I just like if I go for jab Nair 1, I see it miss, then I'll immediately try and cover tech. Usually I'll be covering like, in place or behind me. A lot of people are asking if the VOD is going to YouTube. Can we arrange that?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. We'll put it on YouTube. I'll probably tweet it out, but it'll be here in like the Twitch files. We'll probably like separate it, like make it a VOD on Twitch also that I'll also tweet out. So it'll be around. Don't worry. If you want, if you don't have the time to stick around and watch all of this happen now, I mean, it'll be around. It'll be there to be found. So yeah, jab Nair 1. A lot of it just becomes freestyle at that point, because then it becomes a game of how are they drifting, how are they DIing, are they teching, what direction are they going to tech. So if I go for jab, I go for Nair 1 misses, then my brain just goes into option coverage, or like if I have information about the person I'm playing, I'll try and cover that. So yeah, jab, super ambiguous. We'll probably end up almost definitely talking about it more when we get to advantage state. Trying to think of what other moves. We've covered fair, up air, down tilt, jab.
Fair.
Yeah, fair. You're gonna be Squirtle.
Okay. Yeah, this is a good one. For characters, a lot of characters...
Or you can just be Diddy Kong.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what you use it for. Or Inkling, this works also with that.
Yeah.
A lot of characters, when you play neutral with the tinier characters, especially the ones where you can't really just throw out neutral air to try and get your optimal combo starter, or... the smaller characters.
Oh, we have to talk about Nair also. We'll talk about Nair after back air.
When you're playing against the smaller characters, then you want to use their optimal combo starters. If you're using Nair, you'll go over them. Falling up air, a lot of these characters can just run up, and because they're so tiny, they get to block really close to you. So then you have to go into your spot dodge or your mix up, as opposed to just straight up being safe. This move is really good. You can find him.
It took me so long, bro.
But this is a good move for dealing. A good strategy for dealing with these kind of characters, and there's a lot of them. These characters play neutral, running around really low to the ground, or crawling around, or as Inkling does, in the ground. Just a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah. So we're just kind of. You cannot move.
Yeah, this is how I like to play neutral. I just run around like this.
Right. So just kind of do like run around down tilts, just to show the concept.
Oops.
Oh yeah, you don't have to tilt that. Just kind of stuff like this, right? Because if I'm doing this, run up on me and do a down tilt, I'm gonna do forward air.
You mean just try to actually hit you with
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh shit. Or here, do that attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dash attack is stuffing me as I'm trying to get in the air to like do my, even there, that was like best case scenario when I traded.
Yeah.
It's stuffing me as I'm trying to get in the air to do my falling forward air, right? Because forward air swings from top bottom. So against these shorter characters, the last part of forward air that's coming out is the part that's going to be hitting them, and that's where back air has its neutral uses, because back air swings from bottom up. So do the same thing.
Yeah. I'll stay here.
Yeah. You're swinging from bottom up, so you have like a much more like these characters that like. See, it's just kind of when we're not flailing around, it's just kind of it just kind of wins. Turn around.
Yeah, you just win.
Just kind of wins, whereas like forward air, it's really hard to get like interactions that go as like cookie cutter like that with.
Yeah.
So back air is really good for stuff like that. It's like think like Pokemon trainer like Squirtle.
Yeah.
Squirtle's love approaching you with tilts, love approaching you with like
Liddy,
rounded
Pikachu,
bursts.
Pichu, Inkling.
Yeah, all of those kinds of characters. These like
Joker
these
running
back
around.
ends are really good. Yeah, Joker running around, absolutely.
It also gives you way more control over how you go, because you can just drift all the way back, and since Chrom sticks his arm all the way out there, out of the sword all the way out there, you get to just still hit him. And
Yeah.
it's very good at kill percents, because they'll just die. But yeah.
So yeah, back air is really good for that. Other thing back air is really good is reading jumps. So
Ah,
Short
yes.
hop?
Yeah. Here, you could do the F throw and then your double jump. What? I'll just double jump.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good. Oh wait, I was supposed to do that. I commit.
ha. Oh, now you're
I
at
put me
0.
at like 80, 70, 80. This is a very good one for because at like mid percents, most sword characters actually don't have. You gotta just double jump straight up and down. Yeah. A lot of sword characters don't have true.
Jeez. My hands.
Don't do it immediately. Yeah, don't. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of characters don't have immediate throw combos or stuff like this. So a lot of the time when you throw characters off stage, and they do have throw. When they barely go off the stage like this, like most people don't. If they don't have to grab the ledge, they just won't. And this is a really good way and to cover them trying to jump over you. And more so also is because it's not true. A lot of the time, people, when you do F throw them, they'll realize that, oh crap, I'm about to jump over them. So then they'll hold back towards the stage, like, oops, I need to go to the ledge, and then it's too late because they got Chrom back here at 90. So
Yeah.
you can do it again. And just I'll try to correct myself. You don't have to double jump immediately. This is what it usually, it literally looks like that, and then they'd have to desperately do something like that.
Yeah, and they'll be off without their double jump and
Yeah.
stuff also.
So that's a good use for back air. And obviously, you can jab back air. That's another good one.
Yeah, back air also obviously good combo after jab.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So yeah, in short, those are kind of the big ones. It's also really good like here, kind of be in the corner, right? So try and roll through my pressure. Let's do it again. Do it again. Ah. You got fantastic rolls. Chrom, when he's spaced and corner pressuring, right? So like, don't do anything. Just kind of be in shield. This range he's at really, where like he's throwing out his pokes. This is a really hard range to roll through. Like, characters need like privileged ass rolls to get through this stuff, and even then, lots of times it just results in like his body hitboxes hitting them. So because of that, it's really easy to get opponents to be conditioned to try and jump out of the corner, and back air is really good at hitting that because look at the way it arcs up. All of that, like,
I'll jump
all
forward
of this
like I'm
blue.
supposed to.
Yeah. Oh, wait, my bad. All of this blue area is kill move.
Yeah.
Literally all kill move. See?
Yeah.
The one before was the topmost, that was the bottommost. It's all kill move. So it's really good at, like, once you get your opponent conditioned to try and jump out of the corner, it's really good at covering that. All in all, those are kind of the more thought out, like, on paper interaction applications of back air. Back, obviously really good. Like, obviously the move has like tons of like niche freestyle uses, like how we were talking about, like earlier, falling on people that are poking low with aerials from high, just like do down tilts.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and like if he's at kill percent, right, and he's trying to poke my shield, and I short hop instead, and I line myself up for a back air, like literally kill move.
Yeah.
Kill move that. So obviously you're gonna find like your niche uses for stuff like this also. But yeah. So that's back here. Nair. Here's talking about Nair.
Should I not be Diddy?
No, you can be Diddy.
Okay.
Yeah, you can be Diddy. But Nair is a tough move. Nair changes. Its use changes based off of like the character you're playing and how your opponent's playing and everything. But essentially, the way to think about it, people just think combo starter, so they just, I call this going helicopter mode. They just kind of go crazy, especially if they're watching Roy's play, because Roy's kind of love doing that because they're up close is a lot safer. But I think this move is the biggest difference in functionality of Chrom and Roy, because Chrom's is not that safe when you're doing it rising like that. So what you want to do is you want to do it with a lot of purpose, right? So you want to play from this kind of range, right? Do a rising fair, just like stuff me. Yeah. Since everything I'm doing is falling, this stuff loses to like rising aerial kind of stuff, like because it's hitting me as I'm going up, but my hitbox is only coming out as I'm going down. So when people are playing like that, right? What is a good move that I have to go air to air with this, right? If I want to interact with it, is that's just like keep going. That's when Nair comes because it's an air to air move that lets you fight air to air while being spaced.
Yeah, you can hit it on the way.
Yeah,
and straight up reaction of me moving.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is Diddy.
So, it's really good for stuff like that. The other thing is the exact situation I was telling you, right? Where your opponent's setting up a lot of falling arrows, they're spacing out a lot. So like think like Lucina spacing out on your shield, right? Just like I don't know, did Diddy do falling stone?
Yeah, this.
Yeah. Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah, this is the
Jeez.
guy.
Okay, this is just a broken move.
Yeah,
but
this is broken. Yeah, this is why people. Yeah.
it's really good for going air to air with stuff like that because while they're swinging on the way down, this kind of nair, you're swinging on the way up. The other nair I like is I call it an overshoot nair. Because Chrom doesn't really have a good grounded burst like I was talking about. It's like catching dashbacks and stuff. So the overshoot nair that here, just kind of dash away from me. Come closer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah. I'll show you.
Yeah, it's good for like catching people like dashing away from you.
Samus.
Yeah, stuff like that. So that's kind of the other nair I like to think of, and I always like to think about it in the situation of, am I going air to air or am I overshooting? Because it's really easy to get trigger happy with this move, and as soon as you start getting trigger happy with this move and start cosplaying Roy, you remember you're not actually Roy, and your nair is significantly easier to punish. So yeah. That's kind of Nair. Nair also, lots of niches, like against other tall characters. Wait, actually, it might even work on Adicon. Go to shield. Don't do the good player thing. Don't do the good player thing. Go to shield. Really good at shield poking. Against taller characters, you can even get combo starters off of a shield poke, because unlike Roy, you're shield poking with the same hit of Nair that every hit is. So, you know, you'll get your full combo off of it. So Nair is really good for stuff like that. Nair. You got anything else for Nair?
So one of the other big things when you're playing against actually no, you already said this, but yeah, when you're playing against characters that just spam, like they have good grab options, so like Bowser or something where they have to punish, not Bowser, like Donkey Kong, right? Where they have to punish from a certain side for it to work out, or like even another Chrom player where they have to use their abilities from like one side or else it just will not work. Diddy Kong's another example. Do Nair and then just hold down like on my shield, like, and then go behind me after.
Oh yeah.
See, like I can't do it from this side. Like if you land behind me, like, but now if like do Nair and then land in front of me. Oh wait, no, I'm supposed to do it a different way. Do it again. I can do this move. I can do this move and it'll actually hit you, right? But there's a lot of characters where they can't actually deal with you from a certain side. I don't know why. Oh, Ness, obviously the back throw. You know, you obviously don't want to end up in front of Ness, like if he's at the ledge or something like that. And this is really good for crossing up. Another really good thing is it's not, like I said, there's no split sour spot on Chrom stuff, so you can like do tipper Nair ones and stuff to like kind of counter poke people out when they're just like running away from you or something like that. Like you don't have to like fully send in with a Nair and like if it doesn't work out, you get punished. You can do retreating Nair from like, you know, short hops and stuff. I wouldn't do that, but. Yeah.
Oh, another good use of Nair is standing Nair.
Yeah.
Standing Nair. So in this game, I think things that are like.
I can't hit that.
things that are pretty option covery and like cover yourself as you move are really effective. So like a pretty non-committal way to approach people is doing standing nairs. What I'm doing is I'm doing run up shield and then nair on shield. So this makes it so that I have no momentum. I can cover my drift. I can kind of space out, and like it's really good at doing things after. It's really good at like covering an ambiguous array of options. Another thing to think about is like even if someone is landing on your shield with a space move, and your guys are gonna end up playing like the spot dodge game. So fall on my fair is safe, right?
Yes.
Did he fair? Fall my shield with fair. And
Forward
then,
air is not safe. Like falling?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not safe. But
Do
the
back
fact
air.
of
Do back
yeah,
air.
this is safe. Yeah.
Yeah. Do it and then spot dodge.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's like long lasting. It's pretty option covery. It'll let you challenge a bunch of things, but do it and then shield. Do it and then shield. I can like fully space out. Like I'm now at the range.
I'll try to hit you back after
Yeah.
that. I don't think I can, but. Okay, wow,
yeah, he dropped too.
Yeah, I can't hit
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Kind of just lets you space out, lets you keep your range, which again is a lot more valuable when you're playing Chrom. So that kind of is the last one about Nair that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, now you just gotta do the specials.
Up air, fair, Nair.
I mean,
Down
there's
tilt,
a-
jab.
Down there's a spike.
Yeah,
So-
down air fucking kills them.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, that's all the normals, I think. I think you can just go into specials. Outside of grabbing, but like.
Yeah.
It's a tradition. I think he has the
Yeah,
most
your
traditional.
fourth throw tech chases. If they
Yeah.
DI up, it gives you like the opportunity to catch jumps. If they swing, you can challenge it and stuff the swing. Down throw, combo.
Probably the best for platforms.
Yeah, really good at getting people on platforms.
And then up throw kills at 200.
Yeah, and then up throw kills them at like 1 billion, and then if you guys want me to talk about back throw, then we're like 2 years too early.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So now I guess now that you talked about that, I think the biggest thing is like because like everybody has like their whole kit, right? So like for example, with this character, I have I have F, but I'm not gonna play neutral with this tool, right? I'm not gonna just sit there and F tilt neutral, or I'm not gonna just run up and try and hit him with like a raw down smash, right?
Yeah.
So what moves would you like consolidate to like what I should be playing Chrom with like in neutral? Like so like when I haven't hit them and I need to because everybody's having like I nair them and like they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Or I do this and they don't do anything. What would you do to like people that you have to fight in neutral? What are your like main options?
Yeah.
Your main go-tos.
So my main go-tos are to try and force myself on my opponent, but like in a spaced way. So the easiest ways to do that is if I catch them shielding in some
Yep.
spot, because then they stop moving. When they stop moving, I can align myself to kind of be in the right spot where I'm at the range I want to play at. And that means I want to play with the moves that I would like to hit shields with.
Yep.
That means fair and down tilt primarily.
Okay.
Against some of these smaller characters, it might be like space back airs, right? Because I want to be able to hit them on the ground.
Yep.
And then once they start moving, like once they start like catching on, getting moving, so that they're not getting like caught up by all these safe pokes at range, then that's usually when the gate starts being open for me to start playing with Nair.
Yep.
Because then they're going to start moving. It's going to become a lot more ambiguous. And like I said, Nair is really good at going air to air and catching dashbacks. Both are forms of movement. And then like if they start like trying to full hop over it, change their approach angle, that's when like stuff like this full hop fair becomes really good. It's also again obviously a combo starter.
Yep.
And then yeah, in short, I think those like 3 layers are kind of the Chrom game plan.
Yep.
Obviously, highly adaptable character. For me to say that I can like narrow it down to any 1, 2, 3, 4 steps is kind of missing a lot of ambiguity in it. But I think if you approach it with kind of these methods, the gateway starts to become open for how else can I utilize the rest of his kit to apply in these situations? Because obviously, we're not really going to talk about them much, but moves like up tilt, moves like forward tilt. These are moves that are also really good because of the ranges and spaces they cover. I'll talk about them a little bit in like advantage, but they're really good for like the ranges and the spaces that they cover. And yeah,
Just talk about FM near. What is that? Out of shield.
full
FM.
momentum nair out of shield. Straight up, I don't do it.
Okay. There
It
we
is
go.
good. It is good, but there's someone else to talk about that. It's not going to be me.
Okay. Well, so now that you talked about the gateway being open, you want to
Yeah.
unlock the gateway?
Yeah, you want to do
Yeah.
advantage?
Yeah, go for it, bro. I mean, you want to start with the best?
Oh jeez, how do we even start? Okay, let's start with
Just start
let's
with
start with
the
flat
most
combos. Let's start with
optimal thing,
like
the one thing that you said. If I get to hit this on this character, I'm gonna be on Twitter. Like, what was it?
no. We have to work up there.
Okay.
Let's start with like the regular combos, the easy shit.
So this is the start of it all. This is where
Oh,
you
God.
see why should I play Chrom over Roy?
You want to? Yeah. Let's make you.
I mean, you can make me
make
any
you-
character. Yeah.
Let's make you Chrom, right?
Okay. Full momentum there. That's kind of like
It's this.
abbreviation. Ah, okay. Oh, out of shield. I
yeah.
see.
I'm not the best at doing it, but I like
You don't use
combos.
the C-stick
The
with
reason I don't do it that much is because I like combos off standing there better. For
Okay.
like those who are asking me, I like combos off standing there better than combos off full momentum there. But yeah.
Okay, you got
Okay.
control also.
Oh yeah, I do. Okay. Basic up air combos on like fast fallers. Okay.
Emergency combo
Yeah.
1.
These are what I call my emergency combos. Never ideal, but like they're always there if I need it. So there's that. There's like this stuff. I don't really like the tree of up air back air. I'm not a fan of that. But up air fair. I love up air fair. You can also go into up air nair if you wanna. Stuff like that. Stuff like that is kind of open to you. Stuff like this. He died out, but yeah. So the other extension off of up air fair I want to talk about is up air fair dash grab, because that stuff is really good. Because if you can imagine a platform being there, that will force a platform tech, and you know, when you force a platform tech, that kind of gives you the gateway into other stuff that we're going to talk about a little bit later. But just keep up air fair dash grab in your head. Another thing maybe we could talk about, I was literally hitting this on stream earlier. I'm going to do up air fair forward throw. It'll force like a tech chase at these low percents. So I don't know. You want to tech out or you want to tech in?
I'll tech out.
I'll do. Okay. Tech out? Okay. Yeah. You can kind of see the idea.
This is why we skip down there, by the way.
Shit. So yeah, stuff like that. That's kind of why I like up air fair, like grab, up air fair, up air fair grab, forward throw for ground tech chase, or down throw for platform tech chases. That's why I like that stuff more than like the upbeat. Because, I, like, in the hypothetical that we're talking about right now, I definitely just kill him off of one interaction. Right? And then I put him on Twitter. And then people, wow, your advanced state is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So, that stuff, good. We talked about, like, the forward throw and then the sharking out of hit stun options. Or forward air, and then, like, doing out of hit stun options. So, kind of the other big commentary I want to talk about is Nair. So, there's two Nairs based off how we talk about them. You have momentum Nair, and then you have no momentum Nair. This stuff. So, I'm going to talk about no momentum Nair first. So, some emergency combos. You get this stuff. You can get, like... But you guys can kind of get the picture. Stuff like that. And then momentum Nair is a little trickier. This is kind of your regular emergency. You can try and get double Nair, but when you get this stuff started on fast falls with momentum Nair, it's really easy for them to end up on the other side of you like that, and that kind of kills your flow. That's kind of the reason I don't like doing full momentum Nair on a shield as much as some others, because I get better extensions off of standing there. So now, kind of on the same riff of like, okay, let's consider out of hit stun options. Let's consider what people do when they're getting hit. What kind of stuff can we get? So just like another hypothetical, I'm gonna do. Eventually, there's gonna be a jab in here somewhere, just like structural air dodge jab, because
That's what I'm gonna do. I mean, if I saw that, I would that would be the first thing. That'd be the first thing I do, man. I don't want to get that smashed out.
Ah, jeez. Oh my god. We're fumbling. Ah! I need to sit up. I need to. You're all
I'm holding.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I just like instinctively. I don't.
You know, just stuff like that. You can get damage, get extensions. Here, do another one. I'll just show like something else. Jeez.
Why is he missing that?
It's like kind of low percent for that kind of stuff. But just, you know, this is the idea. Stuff like that, you make it so that if they make one mistake, you get to milk so much more percent, as opposed to going for something that, you know, wasn't going to get you as much percent anyways. But similar concept.
There is no
This
outline.
stuff?
I can assure you that.
Yeah.
We've talked about this stuff so much that we know where to go from here. That's basically.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a while now.
I've been hearing this guy talk about insane shit like making the top of people's heads with side B1. Like no one else would ever.
Yeah. There's this stuff, I promise you,
This
this is the stuff that keeps giving. Like however deep you want this stuff to get, it'll just keep getting, like, it can be that deep. That's like the beauty of this character. The other thing also that I want to talk about is, so you're at 10%, right?
Yeah.
So up air fair, this stuff is really good, really important to know. But this changes when you can get up air fair nair. Roy and Roy-esque characters fall too fast to get that kind of stuff. But that's why this kind of sharking out of hit stun stuff is really good, because I'm gonna forward air you, spot dodge.
Now it's true.
Yeah, right? So now I get up air fair nair, because that stuff works at, like, not 0. That stuff works not at 0, but it works, like, a little bit higher. And that's kind of why, you know, in terms of maximizing and getting the most off of all my hits, that's why I don't like doing stuff like this. Because why get 26 when I could maybe get it, like, you know, I could maybe get a full stock. So that's another route to know, up air fair nair. I'll talk about comboing, like, a little bit floatier characters, like, a little later. Up air fair nair becomes a lot more relevant there. What else? So we talked about nair, we talked about up air. Those are kind of your combo starters. Other stuff we can talk about, more ambiguous ones. I'm going to do down throw jab, jump after, okay? I think this is a route that people don't explore as much. It's down throw jab, and then what are they going to do out of head stun? Right? Because you can do stuff like that.
Oh, thanks for Jazz SSB. Thanks for the 25, bro.
Oh my god, Jazz, thank you so much for the
Supporting
donut.
Chrom's dream.
Yeah, supporting Chrom dreams everywhere. So yeah, jab, down throw, make a hit stun read. I think that's a really good one to look at.
Double jump too, so they can't jump out of this combo anymore.
Yeah. Do I don't know, do like an air dodge of some sort. Right, tech chase.
Directly at doing.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing. I'm dead. Yeah. That's probably the worst thing you could probably do is give Chrom optimal time to get up air starts literally everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back it up air also is really good for hitting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, another one we could talk about, like, when you get your jump reads, what kind of combos you can go into there. So just like, I don't know, stand like here and then just like be full hoppy. You can do stuff like that. What else can you do? If you want to just like really milk damage. Stuff like that. Oh wait. Do it again. Oh, jeez. You can.
That's idea, yeah. I was just like autopiloting, yeah.
Stuff like that. I missed like the last bear, but like you can get the idea after that, like falling up air. You can do stuff like that. But now, off of stuff like this, I think. What? Okay, we're on a flat stage, so I think it's time. I think we're talking about side B now.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
we're
That.
talking about side B. Oh, we're talking about side B. Oh
okay,
my
but,
god.
So the real question is, are you ready to give it up? Because this has been in your like vault for a while.
Yeah, I
You
can't
have
believe.
to give it up.
I can't believe I'm
This
giving
is
my
on YouTube for
secrets away.
everybody to see.
Well, this is for the real ones to see.
That's true.
And then they have to do it.
That's true. They
They have to believe you. They have to
But-
buy into the religion.
Old Jimmy John Jimmy, you know, who never would have seen this before, will now get to, and then they'll say
Oh,
how
God.
sick I am.
Yeah.
You know. So you
And
gotta-
also this stuff I'm almost confident that this stuff just works like as good as it does on Chrom as Roy. So this stuff is, you know, really impactful, effective to know that it's an option available to you.
Yep.
So
People don't know it. People.
I'm just
doubt
gonna
it.
start painting hypotheticals. Cover how to do dancing blade stuff when the opponent knows to jump or air dodge out. Okay, we'll get there. I'm gonna do like just like kind of the regular,
I don't
like
even think
what is
air
it about?
dodging out even gets you out. Jumping makes you lose your jump half the
Yeah.
time.
Okay. Actually, yeah, let's do this. So I'm just gonna start painting hypotheticals, right? And then you guys are just gonna see it, and then I just hope that this opens idea for inspiration. But before I do that, the things to talk about is just kind of about the properties of side B. I'm going to full hop and forward air, right? I'm gonna press the forward air as soon as I can, because I can buffer this, right? I'm like just kind of pressing the buttons at like any timings I want. The reason these side B combos are tricky and maybe hard to see and execute is because I'm going to jump in side B and jump side B as if you're trying to buffer jump fair. Yeah. As soon as you press the side B button, your character stops gaining height. And because of that, it makes so that you have to manually time where all you place these side Bs. And that's what makes this stuff, you know, kind of tricky. Makes so that like, oh, I might see, you know, someone doing it on Twitter, but like, why is it hard for me to do? It's a question I get asked all the time. So what you want to, it's the same thing. So the good heights to know are what heights can I side B and put a falling aerial after. This is a good height to know. There's another height where it auto cancels. This one we'll get to later though.
On demand.
Oh jeez. Yeah. Of course I have it on demand, man. I'm birthed it.
That's true. I can't do it. I keep air dodging.
Yeah. So those are the two heights to know. I'm gonna talk about them as high. I'm gonna talk about them as high dancing blades and low dancing blades. So these are just some like open for inspiration combo ideas for like high dancing blades. I'm gonna jab, just spot dodge at his stun. Yeah. Just kind of, you know, high dancing blade stuff. But you kind of get the idea. Ignore the combo counter, by the way, because if you're here, I'm assuming that means that you're already woke enough to know that this game is more than just true combos. But also on top of that, Julian's doing like, you know, what all he can to get out, and it's also really good to understand what all options beat this and what all options don't. So that's stuff like that. That's when high dancing blade is really good. Low dancing blade is really good at situations like this. Stuff like that, low dancing blade is really good at, because he's in a spot where if I go for the full high one, I'm gonna end up above his head, but I want to keep it alive, right? So low dancing blade into jab, that's a really strong frame trap. You can do low dancing blade and at like lower percents where you think they might like hit the ground sooner and like be able to put something up. You can do that into like a grab or something, you know, if they think they're gonna land and then put shield up. But these are all freestyle options. These are all kind of options that let you do whatever you want, carry it on as much as you can. But when you get all the right calls on your opponent, it really makes this stuff look like you're just straight up wobbling them, because you just carry them across the whole stage and then just finish it with a kill move.
There's a couple, I guess since he mentioned this, there are a couple, this is so AIDS. Wobble off the
Delta? Yeah, it works so well on Falcon.
There was a person that was saying like how to deal with people that know how to do specific options, like to get out. Jump, air dodge. I honestly don't think those are very strong. Do it again and I'll try and jump out of one of them. So yeah, you just lose your jump.
Yeah, and now you're screwed. Now you're absolutely
dead,
screwed, yeah.
Another one that people oftentimes do is try to do regular air dodge straight down. Yeah, I'll do like again, just do the combo there. And then you
regular,
yeah, you just, and that's not gonna work. Yeah, because you just frame trap into a dab. Yeah. So one of the good things, or a lot of characters do have, are moves that are quick that change their hurtbox drastically. So one of the reasons why I do it, Diddy Forder normally is really bad at dealing with stuff like this when they're really close to you, but because he shifts his hurtbox so much that it makes a lot of this stuff whiff. The problem is that you throw out an attack though, and then you can change that end up combo into. Ness is another example of like a very quick option that moves his hurt box. You can do stuff like that, but then you end up throwing out a hurt box, and so then instead of just doing like jab back air, they do parry jab F smash, and then you're just exploding. So there are a lot of counterplay to stuff like that, but I honestly don't think jumping out, unless you are really good at timing your jump and finding the hole, or air dodging is actually a very good idea because you end up just getting absolutely decimated doing stuff like that. And this one, it's the same concept as spot dodging and stuff out of that, because then he can just do like waiting, falling up airs and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I also will say that Chrom specifically, this is another like Chrom over Roy kind of tidbit. Because Chrom everything has such little hit stun, it makes it significantly harder, the way you said it, to thread the needle with your jump.
Yeah.
Because everything is happening so fast, you jump at the wrong time, you're getting clipped out of it.
Clipped.
Whereas Roy, there's more hit stun, and also his knockback angles are more upwards. So that makes it so that like it's easier to jump out of this stuff. So these kind of extensions, these are really, really, really strong on like, you know, on Chrom specifically. Which is kind of why you see me doing them, and it's also one of the biggest reasons why I never have considered or never really will ever switch characters. Because just that edge and advantage.
This also looks sicker. Like, let's
Yeah.
just be real. This looks so much
Yeah, this shit looks
sicker.
fucking dope. This is the stuff you want to do. So.
Yeah, I mean, I could jab side B them at 50, but then, you know, people aren't saying, oh, that was cool. They're saying, wow, that was BS. You know? They see, oh, that's something like, I mean, well, Chrom hit like 80 buttons there, so I guess I deserve to die. I don't know what I got hit by, but there were 80 of them, so. What about up air high dancing? Is this side B DED?
What about for up air high dancing blade? Yeah, how people get out of that? Okay.
How does that say dancing blade?
Double edge dance.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
call
like, what
it
is that?
I played Marth in all the other games.
Yeah, okay.
Like I didn't compete, but like I just played Marth, so it's in my brain to call it dancing blade always.
Okay.
Here. Dude, I don't want to tell people how to get out of this stuff.
No,
man.
I think it's not really important
Here.
knowing how to get out. It's more so important of like combo trees, like
Yeah.
routes, because they can figure out like all their like.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chrom sword also looks so much sicker.
Yeah, I agree.
Good. All right, go.
After the side B swing.
Okay.
Swing after the side B. Yeah. So that's what this loses to. Okay? This loses to swinging.
But fast swinging, because that
Yeah,
used nair.
but fast swinging.
Yeah.
And the point is, it's not just fast swinging, it's unpredictable swinging. Because this happens at an unreactable rate, and it makes it so that they have to be anticipating that this is what you're going for. Right? So, swing after the side B.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to swing.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
you
like
said
after the up air. Yeah,
my
swing
bad.
after the up air.
Yeah, okay. I'll do it. Yeah.
So like if this makes so that like if they just start like mindlessly swinging, that means they're just gonna fall into your normal combos more frequently. And even then, you can like we're gonna get into this at like different times. You can change the timing of your side B, because what I'm doing right now is I'm making up air side B true, right? And that makes it so that side B into the next move isn't true, and that's where the mix-up lies. At like at like these kinds of percents, I don't have to make up air side B true. I delayed it there, right? And if someone is just mindlessly trying to swing, you open up the opportunity to stuff them,
Yeah.
right? You're pressing it. You're pressing it all the time. Just press it once after up air. I stuffed the nair. You saw it, right? Do it again.
I got stuffed again. What the?
Yeah. See?
I can't hit it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm bashing it. Yeah.
Exactly. So by changing the place you make it true, that makes it so that you constantly are able to keep one layer higher in the mix-up, unless they're just mashing it no matter what, irrespectively. And if they're doing that, then there's a million other ways and advantages that you can take advantage.
Another thing, this is where stages come into play, because you were showing them like platforms, like why platforms are used for tech chasing. Platforms eat moves very easily. And if you do this stuff onto platforms and stuff, a lot of the time the platform will stuff their move out if it's not like Luigi Nair or something. You shouldn't be doing this stuff versus those characters anyway, because you're probably not gonna, unless if they're not mashing A, they're probably not playing the character right. But unless if they're doing that, they can get eaten up by platforms, and then you can extend on the platforms by letting the platform eat their move, and then continuing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Then you can do literally up air into imagination. Yep.
Yeah.
Your
So
imagination is wide with this character.
these are the reasons why the counterplay to side B are not. It's not actually counterplay. It's significantly more dimensional than that, and it's like, it's something that I try to build. I'm not trying to build my advantage over side B specifically, but I'm trying to build my advantage over keeping it going as long as possible. Which means I'm opening the door for the fact that I'm going to have to be making reads and adjustments in the middle of how I'm hitting my opponent. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the beginning of side B. That's just the opening too. Like,
Yeah.
You just see some of the
Yeah.
nasties.
And these are just the same concepts, but you can apply these in tons and tons and tons of different
Then
situations.
you can add in this is just the up air this, right? Then you add the I can't even do it.
Oh, this stuff?
Yeah, I can't even do it.
Yeah. You're right.
This is the stuff that I'm not ready for this yet because are you gonna teach people the secret to it or no? You just have to figure that out.
It's just a wave bounce side B.
I mean, but like your wave bounce side, you gonna
Nah.
no? Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to like set up in training mode because it's so it's so like spacing and stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess here's a good way to talk about when high side B going forward is good and when high side B wave bounce is good. So this is a forward high side B, this is a wave bounce high side B, right? Yeah, I don't know. If you're gonna be telling your friends about this shit, like just put my name in there.
Yeah,
someone name
Put
some
me
of
on
this
the
after me and like
tagline,
make
yeah.
it sound cute because I legitimately put a lot of time into
Yes,
figuring
you did.
these strings and extenders out. But so I'm gonna upper you, hold out, okay? Or here, let's do the same setup just so that like it gets like ingrained in people's heads, like that these things can be set up off of like normal moves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jab, spot dodge,
Dodge,
and then
DIO.
DIO.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna end up at that side.
Yeah, I can
So
DIO,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Do it again. Oh shit, kind of low percent. So he's DIing out there, right? So now I'm gonna do the exact same inputs I just did there, but DI in.
Like I'm a bot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but like with more passion.
With more passion.
Yeah.
Alright, I got you. You gotta whip in this guy.
See how he ends up behind me?
Yeah.
Right?
With more passion.
So how do you cover that? Well, first of all, you kind of have to set up a reaction point. Like after this up air, are they out? Or are they in? Right? So you're gonna want to jump anyways. But how are you gonna control it so that if they go out, you cover this. But if you go in, like, let's talk about what you do if they go in before we get into that actually. So DI in again. That's just an example, but that's where that kind of wave bounce side B stuff becomes important. That's where that stuff lets you react and change your momentum so that you cover DI in and you don't end up on the other side of them. Lavish bounce? I can't name my own tech. That's cringe.
That's
But
kind of cringe. A little bit, actually.
I'm not gonna say I dislike it, but yeah. So that's the real spot where this is good. And the other thing you might ask, why don't you just do the DI in again? DI in again. DI in, and then after side B just hold away, okay? See how if he holds away, he just gets away from me. The reason that wave bounce is important is because it lets you chase them with momentum. So just holding away won't get them out. So do it again. Oh, I need it on the other side.
I'm holding way. Okay, so
Nah,
I held
you
down
got
in the way
it,
I did
yeah.
because I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I
but
tried hard.
that's kind of why that stuff is good, because even if they hold out, even if they drift in, that stuff doesn't work if you just do straight up and down side Bs. But if you do wave bounce side Bs, it lets you chase them with momentum.
Jeez. And again, a lot of this stuff it works with Roy also.
Yeah.
I tried because I feel like you shouldn't touch Chrom if you're not looking to look nice, and I wasn't looking that nice, so I was like, let me start like with baby mode first, like work my way up. A lot of the stuff I was able to do, especially the Nair 1 stuff I could do. mind you, it is a lot. It's hard just because the extra hit stun makes it so your fastball timings are a little bit weirder. But yeah, it's all possible. The side view stuff also. If you watch some of the tournament VODs from Michigan, Nico when he was playing Roy he started stealing this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a whole set with this stuff. It was sick.
Yeah. So now that we've talked about this, right? I'm going to be completely honest with everyone in chat. A lot of this is applications of what I've talked about just now, and applications of these extensions, and then you just visually react and see when all they're applicable, when all they're not, and then just kind of use that to make it so that you have all these freestyle options open to you. So I think, because I'm also new to trying to explain this, I think the best way to go about kind of just showing it is, I'm just gonna start doing like a bunch of strings, a bunch of patterns, to kind of show what all and where all these things are good.
Mm-hmm. Most people start on PS2. We want to start do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
I don't know if PS2's frozen, by the way.
It probably isn't, but whatever.
It's frozen?
There's transformations.
Oh, you mean if it's not has its off? Like naturally? I'm pretty sure it is. Oh,
Not in
actually,
training mode.
is it not?
Not usually, but this is the training mod pack.
Yeah. Before we just get into like clip concepts, I think something worth talking about.
I can't remember.
Something worth talking about is jab on side B off of platforms, like this stuff.
Yeah.
So essentially, the reason why you see this in clips so much, Cola and Mugen have recently started implementing this one into their advantage state. This one, the reason you see this one so much is because it makes so that when you do it on the ground, it's like I said, side B will stuff it'll make it so that you don't gain height anymore, so you have to manually time when you press it. So these high side Bs on the ground, these have to be very manually timed, very thought out. This one is a lot easier to get because you just jump and side B off the platform, and it will just give you a high side B on your own. Because if you just do it off a platform, you get the room to put an aerial as you fall. This one was discovered by me and Pablo. Me and a white Chrom alt user by the name of Pablo.
Yeah.
Him and I put this one together. Much more him than me, but that's where this stuff came from. And what does this look like in application? Well, this is where you get like the easy 2-3 pieces that you see a lot that kind of just get on the platform.
Okay.
Yeah. This is where you get the classic, the tried and true. This is where you get that stuff. And it's, this stuff also isn't just off of, like, jab on platforms. Just go on a platform. Go on this one. Sorry. One more time. Opens the gateway to kind of anything. Like, positionally, situationally, if you see that you can string kind of that side B into someone off the platforms, that kind of just opens the gateway to let you freestyle with all these moves, just however you see fit, wherever positionally they are. So, high side B, low side B, wave bounce side B on DIN, and then side B off of platforms. These are all the different variations of side B. These are all the different applications of side B. This is kind of all where all is useful.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. You covered a lot of it. Jeez, you covered a lot of it.
Yeah. This is definitely like a very nuanced like guide of using side B in advantage. There's obviously a lot of things that don't even have to get the seat that we could talk about, right? Like just like simple combos, like the fact that you can combo up air into down air, the fact that you can do a lot of stuff like that. I think another good concept for me to talk about. You know how I was talking about I like to do up air fair, dash grab, down throw under platforms, right? So just
we have a platform now.
Yeah, just to kind of show what that'll look like. Do a neutral check.
Yeah,
Do it again. Wrong button.
It's also very hard for people to tech in directions where they're not, say like, if I'm holding, I won't DI, right?
Yeah.
It's really hard for you to change you can just go, it's fine. It's really hard for you to change your DI based off, except from where you're naturally DIing, or your tech from what you're naturally DIing. So if you see a person is DIing like not at all or in, you can just basically assume those low percent techs like that on platforms. And that's how it kills. Yeah, you killed Cola. But yeah, if you see somebody's DIing low on stuff like this, on the down throws and stuff at like really low percent, you can just kind of assume they're. Wow.
I'm not high enough percent. It's stale now.
Okay,
Here we
yeah.
go.
You can kind of just assume. Yeah, it's
Dude,
really
I'm
hard.
missing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't really change your DI. So if they're DIing away, it's already hard enough to tech these things.
Yeah.
Most people are gonna DI whichever way they're gonna tech whichever way they're DIing, and that's kind of how you could assume. I wouldn't do that. Make this assumption though for things. So now he's at 36, right? So like, just stand under it. So if I just did something like he has way more time to tech now. This is the variance where he's probably going to tech in whatever direction he's naturally accustomed to teching, as opposed to like which way he's DIing, because he can see it now.
And the secret that people like just like a common community habit is kind of what I like to call them, is you know those people that just like kind of mash neutral air dodge after things. Sometimes they play Diddy Kong, sometimes their name is Inoto, sometimes they're rank 1 in Michigan.
Basically.
What that looks like under platforms
Second place.
is you get tech in place. Because tech in place gets buffered as soon as you press air dodge.
Yeah.
And if you try like change your direction last second to correct it, you'll get tech in place.
Yeah.
So because of that, if just kind of aligning your punishes for tech in place if you don't really have information, you know, gets you stuff like that. So yeah. That's kind of a little bit on side B off platforms. I guess maybe a little more conceptual stuff. You can just stand on that platform up there. Stuff like that. You can do side B into up air, obviously. Like I
down air
showed.
up B is one you should definitely do. Like when you recover with up B while killing them, because that's probably one that people.
Oh,
I've never seen
you
anyone
think
really.
so?
do
Okay,
that
yeah,
except
get back on the platform.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of friends. No one does that for some reason, even though it's like super like obvious. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they'll just die. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's a little weird, like advanced state niche to talk about is kind of how do you follow up best off of downers like that, right? Because just trying to recover after this downer. See, he lives, right? But
Yeah.
you want to put it on Twitter. You want to close it out.
Yeah,
you wanna finish the clip.
one of the biggest things is that like when I'm playing him like bracket friendly, it doesn't matter. If he down airs me like that, I can even Diddy normally can't make that back, but if you rising barrels, you can make back easy, right? And so that's what now whenever he down airs me, he just goes there and I just die. Like there's no hope. Another good thing for that is when you do down air somebody like this. They can all do it again. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm not gonna say it until I do it. Do it again. Oh wait, no, just do the up.
Do the whole
Hit
thing?
me, yeah,
Okay,
hit me the
yeah.
up. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna work. I'm not exactly sure though.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, see, you can hold this way. You can hold
Yeah.
towards the behind Chrom, and they can fall out. But again, it's very unlikely. This requires a lot of knowledge, and you having to be hit by it. I only did that because I got hit by this a lot, right? It requires a lot of knowledge for you to know that. So a lot of people won't. Okay, so that was really good actually. You incorporate a lot of things, the platform extensions, the at the end, because like I started this combo, I'm pretty sure at 0, right?
Yep.
And I ended up at like 80.
At
right?
80, yeah.
A point where him hitting me, because this doesn't act. Roy is a character that doesn't actually have a phenomenal recovery. I mean, it is pretty good, super armor on it, and it goes pretty far. Like when you get to use it the way you want to. But do that whole combo again with the F threat there. But without a double jump to align myself where I want it to go.
Here. I can pick it up at any percent. It's all freestyle anyways.
Okay, yeah, it does that. Does next round. Just get it to like whatever
Yeah,
it was
just-
before.
I remember what I did before. Get back over here. A little closer. Ah,
Oh, didn't know what the-
because it's all placement based. Yeah. Ah, I'm slow on it.
You could just set me at like 30 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I can do another one. Just
Okay.
Oh my, I fucked that.
Yeah, this is just. This is just for posterity's sake. Yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, and so unless I have a jump where I can like angle my like up B where I want it to go like this, I can make it a lot like I can like do it at the end where I like go up above the ledge, or I can like snap the ledge like this to make it hard for him to hit it, or I can go like barely above the ledge where this will hit him if he's standing next to it. If I have a jump, I can organize all of that. But when you do just do F throw, like double jump back and read here. Yeah. Oops, I held away. I just don't want to die. I'm gonna explode. Okay, put me at like 80 into it. When you do combos and stuff with Chrom, they end up usually 70, 80-ish until you like need to throw out a kill move, right? Yeah, see, now I don't have a jump. Now I'm basically screwed. It's extremely easy for somebody to put whatever they want, any hitbox they want, counter, and I can't even make it back, right? Because I have to like go around this counter. Doing combos, they don't exactly have to be true 0 to death, but the freeform combos, when you start doing combos and stuff, people are going to desperately try to get away from you or desperately try to cling on to their like exhaustive options. So it's really important to know when you need to just throw in stuff that isn't necessarily true. Because even if you just force situations like that, you can kill people. It doesn't exactly have to end up with them like getting 0 to death. I mean, unless you're just fishing for Twitter clips. Yeah, then it better. Okay, advantages over normal full hop up there.
The pivot up air is really... Oh, this is also more niche, like freestyle stuff. Again, this stuff will be most impactful like in your own gameplay if you start to find, with the concepts that we've talked about so far, if you start to try and find ways to set those situations up yourself naturally. But what I was kind of what he's talking about that I was doing. What was it? Jeez. I get this a lot normally actually. This. See, because I'm visualizing jab side B like on the platform, right?
Will this work on Roy? I don't think it will.
No, it won't. This is all
like
this is totally Chrom stuff, right? So if just like situations somehow I get an up air here, see how that up air on that platform won't work. I want to get him on that platform so that I can jab, so that I can start freestyling, so that I can get him in the side B loop, right? That won't work because it's swing back front. So what I did is I did this turn around. So that the front hit of up air was scooping.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just a little niche details like this.
Yeah.
Chrom is a character that will reward you for thinking about it. And there's like, you know, talking about it in the conceptual level like we have then, that stuff's good, but the most important part is that you get out there and you try it. You do it yourself and then you figure out what else situations you're able to replicate, what else situations work. What else is there?
I've covered a lot of it. You even covered, I guess... No, I mean, because you covered that too. So, how you can, like, lead into this stuff? Because, I mean, like, obviously, it was really good to show, like, this stuff where you do up air. Because this is something that actually happens when you, like, platform camping and stuff. You can fall down with up airs like this, right? What about on the, like, stuff to, like, you can start this with on the ground? I guess you also did that with the forward air into read spot dodge. Yeah, spot down
dodge
tilt, read spot dodge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But yeah, I think that's the most important stuff. Hitting the stuff. A lot of the Chrom players that I see like to start stuff like this, what they call helicopter mode. Because, like, you know, if you do it, you can just start whatever you want with platforms and stuff. But that's more unrealistic.
Yeah.
A lot of characters have moves that they just start stuff with that people are just going to actively avoid. Diddy Banana, Palu Nair, Peach down tilt, Chrom, helicopter. We're not going to just randomly let you start the game with this option, right?
Yeah.
So it's really important to know what you can start with. If the character isn't going to jump, use stuff like this and then read spot dodges. This is really good, like he was saying. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. But I think you covered the advantage there really. You even covered Siphy. I was not expecting you to do that. Like, that's the
tricky stuff.
Yeah, that's the vault, bro. You opened the door to that.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have the Twitter people coming like, bro, what else? Like,
tricks.
Probably answer questions from chat now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you also need to go over your disadvantage state, like how you can like force your own landing and stuff, and how to not just die and you're like different heights when you're up B. Stuff that, like, you know, if they don't know how, they're just gonna, as soon as they get hit, they're gonna die. Like, cause you know that's obvious. So they're, you know, the up B where you like start here, and then grab the leg, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Just counter me.
What am I doing? Just ran off.
Also, this stuff is actually pretty hard to organize.
Just stay on the ledge, bro.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna talk about up Bs for a little bit. The good up Bs to know are C spots. So, counter, right?
Yep. There are some counters that will just hit you regardless.
Yeah.
Peach is one of them. You're not. Oh no, I guess there is a sweet spot for
Yeah,
that
there
too.
is, but it's just like even lower with less. So there's that. Counter guy. Again. That's another sweet spot. That's like the high one. And then there's also like an away one.
Yeah.
No, I don't use ledge slip. That's actually another like bit of tech that I need to implement. Ledge slip is really good. Mr. R knows a lot about that though.
Oh, but everybody can do that, right? That's not a Chrom.
Yeah, it's not a Chrom thing. It's like.
Yeah, I saw that
It's
video
like
on
this
it.
thing.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I can't really do it.
I actually went to training. When I tried that, it took me like an hour to do it once. So I was just like,
Yeah.
whatever.
So, obviously, like your sweet spots there and your higher ones. Oh my god, those are really good. Those are really good areas to know about, like when you're recovering. So now, here's another one. I'm gonna up B, try and like hit me out of it.
Yeah.
but,
Okay, and
like,
then I'll die.
Hit me out of it.
Yeah, I've done this a lot. Yeah, see, I tried hitting
That
him.
Fuck that
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the one.
This
that,
is.
one. Fuck that one.
That's what it looks like when you up B and you're not. So we talked about like up and down spacing with the first one, but the big one to know about is when you're sideways spaced.
Yeah.
When you're maximally horizontally spaced. So visualizing this move is really tricky, but basically the way it works is if Chrom is going up and down and you like latch onto the other character, they will fall up and down. But if you are like kind of tilting him at an angle, like he's going side to side, you switch spots basically. So if you're up and down, you switch spots up and down. But if you're going this way with your up B, you go here and they go here.
And it's much more likely for them to explode.
Yeah, and that's when that happens.
Yeah.
People always see it as jank, but it's a part of his like recovery mix-up game that like I legitimately think is, you know, key pivotal to making it so that he's tricky to edgeguard. There's risk to edgeguard him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
It's not always an accident. Like it happens and it's like set upable and it's like a good like check yourself before you try and swing at me, you know.
Yep. Another important thing is like this isn't a left or right or up or down thing. These are things you can also mix together because you know a lot of people know hit Chrom at the top of his up B,
Yeah.
so they like to jump out, right? And if
Yeah.
you up B literally right next to the stage, all they gotta do is just stand on stage and jump up and hit you, right? But so that's when you can like mix up, yeah, so like that, like you can just like mix up how high or how low you go, like horizontally, because they're not like exclusive. Yeah, and it'll make people more likely to get hit by your up B. So yeah, but that is really important. Learning the sweet spots, one, because some counters, Joker, you're just gonna die. If you up B, there's no sweet spot, you just explode, unfortunately. Because our Sin Joker, you know. Palu though is one that people just die because they don't know the sweet spots. Other Roys and Chroms also. If you look back at when Lavish played Cola, you could see Cola just kind of like walking up to the ledge, like autopiloting this, and he didn't. I don't think he got a single one, just because you knew the sweet spots and stuff. But this is really important to know, and I would definitely go off in training mode and make sure you can hit this at least 95, 96% of the time because one mistake and you're gone. It's way too important not to know.
That's a good one to have on command.
Yeah.
And it's really important. It's like really important spacings to be able to have unlock also against non-counter characters.
Yeah.
Because those are the angles that's hard, hard naturally for him to get hit.
Yep. Especially the horizontal one. If you can master that one, I swear you will catch so many people and just. I mean, they're gonna say, "Oh my god, I just SD or something," but that's you catching them.
Yeah.
You're gonna catch it.
Mm-hmm. That's like recovery tricks. Aside from that, when it comes to air dodging to ledge, I like to prioritize this one, right? Because here, I'm gonna air dodge to ledge feeder. Just try and hit my air dodge. Wait.
Give me the one.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, that could really. Oh, but you don't have invisibility anymore.
Yeah,
I can just hit you for free. Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised that you're not. Do it with neutral B.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have this
do it,
move.
do it. I just missed.
I can do this so easy with Diddy for this last literally for 5 years.
Yeah. So these kinds of air dodges, those are the easy ones to hit, but the air dodges that like people don't do as often, but are like really the good tricky ones, are the low ones, the up and down ones. I was lazy with that one because you can give yourself the leeway to grab the ledge, and like you won't even be like that close to it. Like at the end of your air dodge, he'll just magnet up to it. If you're magneting up to it, that means none of your head, none of your body is going to peek over the ledge. And if none of you is peeking over the ledge, that makes it so that when people try and hit your air dodges, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, it has to be a 2-frame or nothing. Like,
Yeah. So having really precise air dodges like that, I like to call it like sliding to the ledge. Having really precise air dodges like that, where you really milk all the time and all the spacing, this is the stuff that makes it hard to hit your air dodges to ledge. That's the stuff that makes it feel like this character's supposed to be bad at recovery. Like, why can't I gimp
Why
him?
can't I hit this?
Yep, why can't I gimp him?
Another most important part, before you even get to the ledge, when you get thrown off stage, one of the most important things that people just really don't understand is how far Chrom drifts. Chrom's drift is amazing. And it's more important to utilize that to get close to the ledge so you can do these mix-ups with your double jump and whatever. Because you see he's like doing it with his double jump and stuff. But a lot of the time, like when people get hit, a lot of bad Chroms, they kind of just jump back immediately. Use your drift as much as you can before having to like waste it. And then you can use all these mix-ups because you want to use your jump to ideally like mix yourself up. I can't do it because I'm bad, but yeah, to like mix this up as like much as possible. And okay, so we got recovering, like actually physically recovering to the stage. Now what about like you're playing against Rosa or something and you just keep getting bumped up into the air?
Oh yeah, there you go. Hit me. Just like try.
Try and get you.
Just like try and trap
yeah.
my landings. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
See?
the hard part. Yeah.
You can kind of like, so basically what we're headed into is wave bounce side B, but like just in disadvantage. Obviously, you know, tricky stuff, but Chrom isn't like a wolf or a Wario. He can't get in the air and then like start changing the direction he's going a lot, unless he does something that like changes it as a sharp angle, right? So like I'm gonna jump off this platform going right, and I'm gonna hold full right, then I'm gonna do it and hold. Once I jump full momentum, I'm going to hold back, right? So this is me holding forward. This is me holding back. Think of how little he was able to control his landing. Whereas a wolf or a Wario, they could jump off this platform and then like land literally back on the platform, right? So how do you mimic that sort of? Because juggling characters like that, those are the characters that are hard to juggle, like the Wario, right? Those are the characters that are hard to juggle. How can you mimic that kind of air drift? But you know, with Chrom, with someone who's like designed as a bullet, he goes really fast in one direction but can't change directions. Well, that's where movement tech kind of becomes important, right? Just kind of. And by movement tech, I mean specifically wave mount side B.
Yeah, and your
That's
directional
where-
air dash too.
Yeah, and like smartly using your directional air dash.
Yeah.
So that's the stuff that can kind of make it seem like, you know, you're trying. Everyone knows like the frustrating feeling like you're trying to chase Snake around in the air and he just keeps spinning around, keeps like changing his momentum. That's what this stuff is good for too, because Dancing Blade is, while it still it's a laggy move, and like if someone chases you up high enough, they can hit you in lag of the move itself. But while a laggy move, it's still pretty low in terms of cooldown, and it's still really effective at changing your landing spots and changing how you're gonna weave back down to the ground. So that's a big one for like up and down disadvantage. But the biggest thing to note out of that is Chrom is the character that's really good at trying to shimmy, like a Wario or a wolf, like trying to go up and then drift back and forth. Cause see how when I do it, I literally I'm falling in the same spot. I'm not really able to get much traction in either direction. Because of that, he's trickier to juggle. He's trickier to juggle if he commits to his directions. So like if I know I want to end up back here, it's in my best interest to not jump left and hold back right. It's in my interest to hold full left the whole time, so that after my wave bounce, I still keep maximum momentum.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a little bit of the juggling stuff. The other big thing, disadvantage also obviously is a lot of like, there isn't a right or wrong thing to do in disadvantage. The right thing to do in disadvantage is whatever doesn't get you hit, and the wrong thing to do is whatever gets you hit, right? So it's ambiguous. So all of these are meant to add layers to mix-ups. Because, you know, someone starts wave bouncing a lot, someone starts anticipating the change momentum, and then you stop doing it, right?
Yep.
Neither is right, neither is wrong, but by doing both, you open the door to make it so that both are the right answer at different points in time. And that's a kind of big part of disadvantage. A lot of other stuff with disadvantage is making sure that you keep yourself reactionary, but these are just like character and player things in general. But more Chrom-specific stuff in disadvantage is really, 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 really watching your double jump. Because when you're not watching your double jump, a stray move like around where I am right here, right?
Yeah.
If I don't have a double jump, that can be the kill move.
Yep, Roy can just do the same thing. They just knock you out of the air.
Yeah,
and combo you off
exactly.
stage
They
and
combo you
stuff.
off stage while you still don't have your double jump, and then like, you know.
And now I can just run off stage.
You die.
And counter, yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of that for disadvantages. I don't have any like specific questions on any of this stuff, by the way. This is ending up being a lot more like freestyle, just kind of segmented and formatted, but like a little bit
Yep.
more train of thoughty. So I mean, if anyone has any questions or it feels like they have something they feel in their games.
Have you messed around with double jump, near dodge, up B? Cola does it with Roy, and it's a super good mix-up in my opinion.
Double jump, nair dodge, up B. I like to do it like on these platform stages. I like to do it. The place I like to do it specifically is when I'm waiting out respawn invincibility. I just like to add it in my list of things I do there.
I need to actually work on that. The way I do with this. This is, I don't know. Okay, well,
Okay, yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how that looks either. Double jump near dodge. I guess you could also talk about, because you talked about the character, you talked about the advantage, disadvantage, and you're neutral. You talked about moves that you generally like to use to actually fight other characters.
Yep.
Now, you can just talk about, like, you interact, because this is, you know, from the ledge. Oh. Like that? Oh, okay, yeah, because you have super armor. That's so corny.
That's cheese. That's
mad
cheese.
corny.
That's cheese. That's some Roy ass
Yeah,
shit.
that is mad corny.
I think he meant from the ledge.
Yeah, that's why I read it. Yeah, but you could talk about like your matchup. Like what characters did you? Like, that's what people are gonna like. You know, they're gonna put on Twitter and stuff like, "Hey, Karthik, the Lavish think that Blink is this isn't actually a bad matchup or whatever."
Oh, matchups.
Yeah. Just or not even just like you know not necessarily a matchup,
Yeah.
just match or even playstyles that kind of give you trouble or playstyles that you would or character types that you would love to play against.
Yeah. So, given everything we said, I think Chrom is really good at interacting,
Yeah.
right? Because I explained how to keep yourself spaced. I explained what to do when people are really good at stuffing you when you space out. And then there's an answer to that in terms of how you stuff them back, right? Everything has a solution if you're trying to fight this character, which makes it really, like, as long as you're engaged and as long as you're active, even the things that, like, a lot of the other Chroms find as being hard, like things like Paulo, things like Jokers, at the end of the day, they want to fight you, right? And if they want to fight you, this character is gifted in that he will almost always have an answer to it. So, I think as long as you keep all your options open, he's really good at stuff like that. He's also obviously really good at, those are also the kinds of characters he's also really good at exploding, so all of that stuff, those are kind of matchups I like. But in general, I think matchups as a whole are really hard to try and pin down as,
Yeah, that's
like,
just archetypes. So
Yeah.
What stuff do you not like? Well, I guess I mean you could just like
God.
obviously use it like the things that don't interact. So like
yeah.
because I guess
Yeah.
it's a lot harder.
The trickier one, yeah. So the trickier one kind of becomes, oh, someone asked me if I opt for the Rivers combo from Ledge. Before we go into matchups, I don't like doing that. I mean, I will sometimes. It's my emergency combo from Ledge. But
Oh, okay.
even then, I think I have a lot more variations. I also think Pablo found this. I think Rivers popularized it, but I think the unnamed white Chrom by name Pablo, I think this is his combo actually.
Pablo.
Not James. But Rivers popularized this. He started like fucking people up with this, so it's absolutely his stuff. The one I like more is here. Stand a little closer. You don't really have to.
Is this the reverse combo?
Is this.
The reverse combo.
And that one is my own variation of it. Because that one, as you can see, kills them.
Reverse Rivers combo.
Reverse Rivers combo. Where are these names coming from?
I don't know where these
Yeah,
names
I don't know where these
are.
names are coming from. That is my combo.
Okay,
Um,
the reverse Rivers combo, Frank.
Yeah.
You're too late. You're
So
so late. Dude.
that one's technical. Obviously takes like, you know, you got to put that like
Yeah,
whatever
that
time
is
it
probably
takes.
the hardest
Yeah.
part.
Whatever time it takes for you to nail this one down, it takes that. It's really good. It eats up fast fallers, which are just kind of in general what a lot of the better characters in this game are. It also interacts differently with characters of like different sizes and builds. So there's a video on YouTube that named these. Okay, well
that's not it.
yeah, that's not it.
Who
Okay,
gave them that
if you're
authority?
if you're here, you're getting the actual history.
Yeah.
The reverse one was figured out by me in my living room in like 2019, and then the forward one was figured out by Pablo at the first LMBM of this
Yeah.
game.
I will be 100% honest. Like, there is a document filled with lots of this stuff marked and watermarked by Lavish, and it was marked in years ago, way before all of the other people got to this. So I don't know. I wouldn't call this the whatever. You're seeing it now. All of this stuff. This was already been made.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, ledge combo. Just
Yeah, no, I
Good stuff to-
promise
good
you,
stuff
he
to have,
does
good
this
stuff to
all
know.
the time. He has had this stuff down. This isn't even him warmed up yet. You should see him when everything is working. When everything is on point, you get hit, you just basically die. Like this.
yeah.
You spot dodge one time wrong, you die. Alright. How do you deal with characters? There, I saw that.
How do you deal with low profile like
Low
Kirby
profile.
Pika? So earlier, you can find it in the VOD. Earlier, we talked about all his
Yeah.
neutral tools. In his neutral tools, we were talking about the application of back air in neutral. And back air is really good at poking out those smaller characters instead of forward air because it arcs from the bottom to the top. And that makes so that, like, even though they're low profiling, you know, you're still hitting them with moves that can contest them, and like lots of those low profile characters don't have the range to contest back air. So it's like very Cloud-esque.
Agreed. You can also use tilts and stuff. I would not, but this is also what I was saying, like helicoptering, like what most Chrom and Roy players do, isn't very good because, like I said, a lot of people aren't going to interact with this move because they know that they'll just get eaten alive if they get hit by this. So you got to use other stuff, tilting them and then forcing them to do stuff like spot dodging or over shielding. We told you about tilt spot dodge, but say you're at 20, right? Will this put me in 10? It won't, right?
Which?
Down tilt? That won't put me in 10.
No.
Yeah, right? So say you down tilt me underneath the platform, and you know all they do is just block. You can down throw them onto
Yeah.
the platform, and now, okay, well, I guess, no, I'm at 0. Like, put me at 20 like I was, yeah. So now I have the tech, and now you get to open them up like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like a spot dodge read, because this is a grab read, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of the tinier characters, you aren't going to just be able to like helicopter on top of them or use aerials and stuff. You can use your grounded options. Or this. Falling aerials.
Aerial turns you around.
That's fine.
You can still run backwards and then like back her again. There's a lot of
That's if you see Lavish, you know, doing stuff like this is what he's practicing.
Yeah.
This is what this is for.
That's the real. It's when we're playing against those kind of smaller characters that make it so that we're playing against those kind of smaller characters that make it so that what's it called? Make it so that you have to, you know, stuff them with like back air because it swings from the bottom. Moving for back air is a little trickier than moving for forward air, and I mean these are just like little movement tidbits that I like to use a lot. I don't really see a lot of other people do them a lot. But these are literally little movement tidbits that you can kind of steal.
Yep.
Really helps you like shark, threaten, and like set up your backers.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Like I said, it's free. This character isn't like, you know, where if I played any character with like a Peach, I could tell you like every combo tree when it's supposed to be done and how it's supposed to end. But with Chrom, it's not like that.
It's not that thought out.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I think makes him so dynamic. It's kind of why you should, you know, want to see me at Summit.
Basically.
Because it won't look the same.
will not
won't
look the same.
and it's not like, you know, your Peach down tilt into like the green airs or
And
however.
then when he does all of that crazy stuff at Summon, you can be real ones and that's not the reverse rivers. And then you know you can make a Twitch chat meme or some shit, and then that'll be the new name of it. Okay, so you got that. You know the archetype of characters you don't like, that's the ones that just don't interact.
Yeah,
obviously.
I think characters that don't interact, I personally find to be a lot more difficult with Chrom because when Roy fights those kinds of characters, it's a lot easier for him to force himself in on that range, but Chrom still wants to stay at that like spaced range, which weirdly enough is usually more interactive than when you're just pressing yourself on them, because that's just that forces like scramble RNG a lot.
Yeah.
But playing at space, that makes it so that both characters' burst options are always in consideration. Both characters always have the ability to stuff and set up falling aerial pressure. So when characters don't want to play any of that game at all, it makes so that a lot of the times you end up playing with like your chip moves, but like they're shooting you, right?
Basically.
So all these like spot dodge like interactions that we're talking about, those are a lot harder to create in like those kind of spots, those kind of situations, when their game plan is to get as far away from you and like charge at you.
Yeah, they also have these characters usually are the ones with the ridiculous out of shield options, so they don't even have to do spot dodge. They can just bash that.
Yeah, and a lot of the way that they like. A lot of the way that they get out of, you know, the shield pressure that like maybe a normal character would, they get to skip that part because they just, you know, get their up B or get their out of shield.
Another thing you could say is how do you your practice regimen. So like now you peak, let's say, local person in this chat interest 1, right? This is now they're now interested in Chrom. They want to learn all the stuff that you do. What are things that they can do to start?
I think the first thing, a lot of this is gonna sound kind of like forehead, but when you're in, because this character can combo anything into anything, basically, right? If as long as you're creative enough.
What?
Is when you're playing and just kind of in general, try and be more active. Try and pay attention to what your opponent is pressing, and then kind of let yourself take that space, use that space to try different things. Because only when you start trying different things, you'll start to realize like, okay, this works in this situation and this doesn't in this situation. And eventually, when you collect all of the spots where different things work in, that's when you're gonna start just like obliterating people off of random stray hits at random points in time. So.
I need to see Lavish get that. It's something. Agreed, brother.
Yeah.
Do you like hitting up air with the startup or at the end of it more? I think that's also situational.
With the startup
my
at the
dad.
end of it. Yeah, I think that's situational. They actually have to get what's it called? To get really precise, they actually have different DI angles from what I figured. This one is a lot easier for them, like if they hold in, to be sent straight up and down, whereas this one almost always they'll be out a little bit. So like a random example. Wait. Okay. I'm gonna do a jab after the jab direct air dodge. Wait. Like whenever I try to set up that, I'll always like as a direct air dodge and that punish. Like I know this is a niche situation we're talking about. Instead of going here, wait. Yeah, alright. Perfect. Just like direct air dodge. Instead of going for if you held straighter in, you wouldn't be able to
I didn't hold anything.
Instead of going for stuff for like that, hold straight in after this. Oh jeez, I'm just dropping, but
Hold in.
yeah. Okay,
Hold away.
percents are funny, but like the point is, when I go for those kinds of like setups, like when I'm trying to get the dare there, I like to turn Chrom around because that back hit angle is a little bit more outwards than the front one, and it's easier to end up over the stage with the front one as opposed to the back one. But either way, like here, I'll read a spot dodge with both the back hit and the front one. Spot dodge. So the back one is like that, like kind of natural, like kind of jump over them. Let me do it again. Front one. The back hit is that like kind of that, but here I'll do it with the front one. It works just as well with the front one, and I just do both based off of like which side has the stage, which side has like the platform I want them to end up on. So it's all just a lot of like room for like literally freestyle. It changes based off the stage round, changes based off the placing, changes based off of where on the stage you're comboing, where the platforms are. Both good options, both
Yep.
good choices.
It is a lot easier also if you do stuff like that, like the down tilt situation where you want to catch spot dodges. I mean, so let's say you're just playing against a new person, you have no idea if they're gonna spot it or roll or something. If they do roll, you do down tilt, like do the down tilt spot dodge read thing again. Just do it. Okay, now do it again. Okay, go like full send it like that. Yeah. Okay, no, maybe you won't. Okay. Yeah, like you can sometimes catch like more than one option. Like if they just spot dodge in place, you can use the back hit, and you realize they spot dodge, you can kind of like hold back a little bit, and so you can hit the last hit of your up air. Or if you notice that they rolled away, you can full send an up air. I mean this one. It also comes out later, so you can catch like the latter hits of your areas instead of the latter part of spot dodge instead of just hitting using the beginning part of this up here, because that's a lot harder to hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a lot situational.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah,
I
that's
think
got a
I think
lot
that's
of it.
kind of it. I also think that. So I think we're gonna keep. We'll keep this VOD, for like the guide stuff. We'll keep this VOD on my Twitch for a little bit, but I think later as time passes, I think I'm gonna. You guys caught like an impromptu kind of thing. I think as time passes, I'll flesh my thoughts out more and then make a more concise, precise kind of full character guide. And also, I'll be completely honest. These are a lot of the concepts that apply like to my understanding of the character, but also I myself want to get better and improve as a player. And as I do that, my understanding of the character will also change. So I think as time moves, I'll improve and I'll be more concise at talking about this, and I think we'll just put together a better guide. But all in all, even if just for the people here, I just kind of want to show that like this is an underrepresented character, and this is a character that has a lot of niche over the more popular Roy. Has a lot of niche over Roy, and it just hasn't been discovered and it hasn't been put to light. So, I mean, you get a little taste of it here. If you want more, vote me for Summit.
Yeah, get him in Summit, bro. You'll see it. I promise you.
Yeah.
The good thing also is everybody knows how to fight Roy. Just stay away and don't get ridiculous cheese early. Nobody knows how to get out of these Chrom thing, bro. You'll just look at people's faces just drop as they get 0 to death and look over at him like, is my controller plugged in? I'm pretty sure I mashed X option. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does range affect Chrom?
How does rage affect Chrom?
Oh, rage. I thought that was range.
Tyler, the rage will make it so that rage will make it so that see how that doesn't work here at 0? With rage, a lot of time this combo will work, and when that combo works, especially on these kind of fast volley characters, it makes it so that you have the gateway to become significantly more lethal because
That's no jab. That's gonna feel 60.
This is it will just look like your 6%, 10% combos, but at 0%, right? And what does that stuff look like? Wait, here, just kind of.
How did that move?
That stuff, right? Which makes it so that his combos with rage, straight up, especially on these fast fallers, they become so much more deadly because all the angles are just a little bit better. I can't. Yeah, that was also for people that are want to combine concepts. What I just did there is the way I process it in my brain is nair at that angle, which is a visual confirm because it can change off of DI. Nair at that angle sets up perfectly into a full hop high dancing blade, right? And as I was talking about, high dancing blades are the ones where you can squeeze another falling aerial off of. And I set it up so that I was getting my falling aerial here. What is the most optimal thing I can do off the falling aerial here is, something like this. You can also go into nair 1 jab F smash after stuff like that too. So,
yep. Well, does Chrom get a lot of mileage out of instant double jump?
He does, but personally, I don't use it much. I think the biggest instant double jump applications I use here, just kind of stand here, is this. That combo to get that combo. Essentially, there's an instant double jump there. I think that stuff's good for changing the direction of your combos. Obviously, here's another one. Wait, here's another fun one actually. Just stand on the platform. Stand on this platform.
Oh, I sleep that one too.
Oh jeez. Stuff like that. Because you're just milking percent, and you're only opening the door to do those kinds of things because you're comboing them in such a way that what's the right way to say it? You're comboing them in such a way that makes it so that you have more stage to keep hitting them.
Yeah, they're losing option, because they're losing positioning on the stage. I mean,
And it's also so hard to DI that stuff, right? Because you're changing directions.
All the time.
You can literally check some of my more recent Twitter clips. I mimic similar conceptual stuff like that with side Bs and stuff. And I'll start a combo here. We'll end up here at some point, and then it'll end up with a back air up there, and then there at 80, right? And it's all because I freestyled instead of going for something simple.
Yeah.
Because that gets you percent, right? But freestyling, it's a question mark.
Yeah.
You can kind of take anything anywhere.
Yeah. I think also because there's a lot of it's not necessarily holes, but because they can it's not all true. They have opportunities to land on platforms or air dodge down, which can get frame trapped into jabs and stuff that normally wouldn't happen. So when you did the reverse thing here, say they air dodged here, or and you tried up airing like this, and then they air dodge, they get frame trapped in a jab.
And then frame trapped into something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just making sure that you don't. When you're first learning the character, especially if you're not at something important. If it's locals or something where you want to try and learn stuff or utilize what you learn, I would ideally try to not do stuff like wait, come down, like this. Try to not like opt to do stuff like this, or your up air, up air, forward air, up B. Like try and experiment, try and go a little bit further, because the only way you're gonna learn how to do stuff like this is if you like try and open up the gates.
Especially when it's all under pressure. And stuff.
Yeah. Also, yeah, like he said earlier, pay attention to what other people do. I mean, because, like, yeah, they can match, like, you know, it's nothing's all 100%, like, no counterplay a lot of the time. But yeah, they can match, like, hitbox a lot of stuff. Maybe they can match air dodge. Maybe they can jump sometime. But, like, keep note of that, you know? They do it wrong, they might just die. You might lose your jump, then it's all true.
Yeah.
You might air dodge into something even worse. A lot of people directional air dodge and don't go off stage, and they land right at the ledge, and you just pull up with your jab F smash.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you get a running jab because you slide a little bit. That might be hella true at that point. You hit him with the elbow jab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the Steve matchup?
I've played.
That's me, bro.
Yeah.
Matchups are me. That's where I come in, bro.
Yeah. That's why you're here.
Yeah, but yeah, he does.
I don't know it that well. I don't have that many hours in it, but I played it like 2-3 times in tournament, and I've won every time, but I am lucky to say that. Actually, no, I played Yanni at Glitch, and I did not win that. So I'm actually, of the times I played it, I've beaten all the ones I played except for Yanni.
Yeah, he did play Onin, and he did win. But yeah, put yourself out there. Yeah, bro, put yourself out there.
Yeah.
The most important part is to try, because this is not Roy. This isn't the, like, I just find one opening and win. This is the, like, you know, you have to really have an idea of what you're trying to go for. So that way it all kind of just happens. You don't necessarily have to have like an exact solid game plan, because like you said, it's freestyling. But yeah, you can't just rely on your 2 or 3 good buttons and just explode them with Roy double-edged bands. You know. But it looks so much cleaner. Looks so much cooler. Yep. Okay. Well, you got anything else, or you just
No, I think we're gonna call it there. I think we're gonna call the stream there also, because we've been going for quite a while. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this up as a VOD for now. But eventually, I think eventually this is gonna disappear. If you were here for it, I mean, you're part of the chosen few. Because I do want, you know, eventually when the date comes that I myself just am a stronger player, and also I myself am more, I'll narrow it down, make it more concise, make it less stream of consciousness-y. So, you know, I can really just make sure I provide everyone with the best information I can.
Yep. That's a good idea.
This is what we're staying up till almost 2 a.m. I'm so fucking glad to hear that. Especially because it's, you know, not going to be going around the way I thought it was. So.
Yeah.
You got some limited ass Chrom insight.
What you could do also is just drop it on YouTube. Just like, even if it's just like the entire VOD dump, because it's a lot harder for people to go through this.
Yeah.
Twitch back arrow is like 10 seconds or something, where YouTube is 5. It's a lot easier to go back.
Yeah.
And maneuver around this.
Yeah.
It's also not nearly as straining on data.
Yeah. Tyler, that is what I'm thinking about. Like just highlighting it or like making it like a video that's like easily findable for my Twitch. But okay, I think that's gonna be it for us. Everyone, thank you guys so fucking much. Obviously the stream started before like round 2 of Summit ended, and I mean we ended up making it through. I don't even know where to start when it comes to like being thankful for all that stuff. So thank you guys for all that. Thank you guys for like coming in and like being a part of this stream consistently. Especially given that this is like my 3rd, 4th time streaming literally ever. The amount of support has been crazy, and I really appreciate it. So, you know, hopefully we can get Midwest Boy into Summit.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, go tell your friends. Go tell your friends to vote for me. Go tell your friends that might have spent their votes on someone that got eliminated to vote for me.
Yeah.
And, we'll keep it fucking real.
Y'all love seeing Cola up there, and I agree. Cola is sick as hell. But like, okay, Cola's not opted in, right? He's not gonna be in there. So how could you not want this shit? How could you not want this?
Someone
stuff?
else has to do it now.
Yeah, somebody has to take the mantle, bro. And you can't tell me this isn't sick. That side B stuff, you can't tell me that you didn't go into training mode as he's explaining it and try it yourself. Right?
Yeah.
You didn't go and you training mode and practice your different heights of side Bs. Tell me that's not what you did.
Yeah. Alright, well, I think that's it for us. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. Appreciate it. See you guys on the other side. Take it easy.